Ladies and gentlemen,
you're rocking with the best.
I got the truth.
What up, guys? It's your girl Shay from Got the Scoop, and we're gonna get into Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez not filling the blog's headlines over the weekend, and then we're gonna do a little recap of this whole situation. You're gonna let me know, who do you believe now, Megan Thee Stallion or Tory Lanez? So over the weekend, Rolling Stone exclusively reported that intoxicated Tory Lanez allegedly shouted dance chick before shooting at the feet of Megan Thee Stallion during a roadside dispute following a pool party at Kylie Jenner's house last year. According to a vivid testimony Tuesday in the rapper's felony assault case in Los Angeles, Megan, whose legal name is Megan Pete, recounted the exchange to LAPD detective Ryan Stogner after a Alone at Prom rapper born Daystar Peterson allegedly pointed a semi-automatic 9mm handgun at her and opened fire in the Hollywood Hills on July 12, 2020. Stogner testified. The detective said he was assigned to the case 2 days after the shooting and interviewed Pete over the phone on July 16, 2020, and then again on November 12, 2020. I want you guys to keep that in mind. So a Rolling Stone reporter who was actually at the court, she went on Twitter and she wrote, first witness in Tory Lanez prelim was LAPD officer Sandra Cabral. She responded to shots fired. Investigation says Megan was in a panic, frantic, says firearm found under Lanez passenger seat was warm to the touch, suggesting the firearm had been used. She also said Tory Lanez defense lawyer Sean Hawley questioned Stogner on the dispute that led up to the shooting. She said argument in the car escalated when it was revealed Tory and Megan had been in some type of intimate relationship. She then continued and said, Holly said the other woman in the car, Megan's former assistant / friend, who had a romantic interest in Tory, became jealous and claimed Megan backdoored her. Holly suggested Tory later told police, I was just trying to protect my girl. She asked Detective Stogner if he knew about the statement, citing police body cam footages. After that came out, many blogs went on and ran with the headlines, Tory Lanez shouted dance chick before shooting Megan Thee Stallion in her feet. Then Tory Lanez went on Twitter and he shut that down quickly. So Tory Lanez wrote, nah, I need someone to report what was really said in court today. 45 minutes of my lawyer stating contradictory evidence that proves my innocence should never come back as one false story forced to the media. After Tory Lanez wrote that, the next day the blog title seemed a little bit different and it seemed in his favor. And guess what? You know your girl Megan Thee Stallion wasn't feeling that. After Tory Lanez questioned and wondered why blogs were not actually posting what was really said inside the courts. I reported from TMZ, witnesses claims that Megan Thee Stallion and her BFF Kelsey Nicole fought in the car prior to her allegedly getting shot by Tory Lanez, and says that the gunshot muzzle flash was closer to Kelsey than Tory Lanez. But when we went and actually looked at TMZ's full article, it was some information that we can use and had social media talking. TMZ said, another interesting piece from yesterday's hearing, Holly tell us, on cross-examination, Detective Stogner admitted that the bullet fragments allegedly removed from Miss Pete's ankle cannot be located. Of course, if available, the fragments would be hard evidence to prove if it was a bullet and not glass in Megan's foot. If they are missing, it leaves the door open for other possibilities. And those possibilities, we all know that Tory Lanez will walk away a free man. But I want to get into a couple of things because this story is getting crazy and crazy and crazy as the day go on. Megan Thee Stallion quickly went on Twitter and she wrote, don't blogs and journalists have to have accurate, credible sources before going with the story? Or is it just like a new I got paid to post this or I heard out from my homegirl type of policy these days? Like, I've been shot and the focus of some of these headlines are dismissing that I was attacked with a weapon while I was unarmed trying to paint it as a cat fight between friends. Why do I have to relive this with everyone on the internet every day and watch y'all gaslight me? I find that very weird because yesterday when everybody was posting that Tory Lanez allegedly said dance chick, she was silent. She didn't say nothing about no headlines. Her best friend was over there reposting a headline that said Tory Lanez shot a dance chick while he fired gunshots near Meg Thee Stallion's feet. Then somebody retweeted that and wrote, Tory Lanez is the only one who had gunshot residue on his hands, and he texted Megan sorry after the incident occurred. Megan's best friend retweeted that. So what are you trying to insinuate? Why wasn't you talking when everybody had that headline up? But then now when people putting up the headlines that bullet fragments and stuff is missing, now everything want to go all silent. But I want to get into some things. We're about to go down memory lanes and we're going to put some pieces together and let me know what you think. So you guys remember the first story basically was like investigators possibly believe that Meg Thee Stallion was the target in a robbery since reports say she was listed as a victim. They alleged that Meg Thee Stallion stepped on glass from broken windows of Tory Lanez's car, and they put an S on that, so that it was more than one. But you remember Meg Thee Stallion quickly recanted her story and posted up on Instagram days later saying that, you know, the story that was out about her stepping on glass is not true, that she actually suffered a gunshot wound. And once that story went out, everybody started talking, but nobody was doing their research. Me, I've been doing blogging behind the scenes for about 5 going on 6 years, so I'm always in the scoop. I'm always dibbing and dabbing. So I decided to go on the Citizens app that day because I just knew that they was going to report. And when I went on the Citizens app did in fact report what happened. But it says it was a report to gunshots. So let's wind down now. As you can see right here is just like a little recap of the actual report on the Citizens app. First it was on Courtney Ave and Nicholas Cannon Road, and then they switched the address to Hollywood Boulevard. But I want to get into these comments that some of them that are no longer on the Citizen app, and I wonder why. One person reported, a female was shot in a dispute on Nicholas Cannon Road. Shell casings were just collected by officers who have now cleared the scene. A next person wrote, the person taken away over here on Formosa is a victim, not a suspect. She got shot. Then somebody else wrote, somebody initially live streamed a close-up of Megan backing up next to the car, and the video is now gone. So let's get into this. Why is it that so many people under the Citizen app knew that she got shot? And these are people that actually uploaded videos themselves and lived there, and people were live and direct on the scene. But why did so many people know the day of that Meg Thee Stallion had got shot, but we was fed a story that she stepped on glass? Like, it's not adding up to me. So you telling me that police officers, firemen, and the ambulance can be on a scene and not detect a gunshot wound? Are you telling me that? And I want to get into this as well. I'm going to show you a video of Meg Thee Stallion going with the firemen near the fire truck when she told us that the police officers took her to the hospital. No, they met her at the hospital, but they did not take her in the hospital. But and it's also something that I also want to bring up that's a little bit sketchy in this situation. It is about the TMZ video that they didn't upload. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, Citizens app is an app that, you can stay alerted about all the crimes and everything that's happening around you. Even if you're not there, you can search your location, you can search your address, and you can see what's really going on. So that's what I did. I love the Citizen app. I actually know somebody that actually works for it, so an advocate for it. Well, anyways, I saw somebody that had about like 7 to 8 videos of the actually Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion situation before we actually knew what was really going on. Well, this guy right here that I was speaking to, he had a video that was very questionable, and people will want to look at it now and put 2 and 2 together, knowing that we do have a report stating that Kelsey had the gunshot muzzle flash more closer than her, and then we have court documents that shows that the gunshot residue was implicated on others. Okay, And one of these videos that TMZ never posted is a video of like Kelsey getting aided. Not getting aided for like any bruises, but like getting wiped down in a towel. As you see that I posted a little clip of Megan Thee Stallion with a big cover around herself with firemen. In another video I would like you guys to see is the guy had Megan Thee Stallion actually walking on both feet to the corner. Megan Thee Stallion was in the middle of the street on the floor, and the other video shows Megan Thee Stallion walking on both feet. So I was trying to get the videos from the guy who sold them to TMZ because I want to know where the other videos, because I know what I saw. You even saw the comment when the person was like, hey, I saw Megan Thee Stallion walking back and up to the car, like where that video at? It's gone now. Well, this person told me that they deleted it after they sold it and told me if I had screenshotted or recorded any of their videos that I would be looking out for a lawsuit. I guess at the time I was giving information to people, I was posting things, I did get contacted by a lawyer letting me know that if I was to post anything, let it be known that it's copyrighted and they do have the right to sue me if they didn't want a video that they own out at the moment. Another thing that was very weird was this guy. I will not disclose his name, but is a guy in the industry, and it was very weird about how he was commenting and the things that he was saying inside the Citizens app that made me question. Well, in all reality, this guy was in the industry. Not only he was in the industry, I decided to go look at his close friends and see who he be chatting to, who's in his follower list and who he is following. And child, he is very close to Kylie Jenner and the whole Kardashian family. He's even close to Virgil, who just recently passed away. And I found it very strange that somebody that was connected and cool with Kylie Jenner was on the scene, had a video, and no longer have the video up. I did write this guy, and I did, ask him a couple of questions. He said that he doesn't want to be a witness of anything, so he technically doesn't know anything. I found that bogus because when I went on my Citizens app where I originally spoke and asked to the guy, he wrote me how much will I pay him for 5 questions. So y'all know me, I'm an upcoming blogger, baby, and I wasn't even blogging. I didn't even have got this scooped in. What the hell you think I'm paying you? Do you guys remember when Megan Thee Stallion friends all went on social media and gave their take on thoughts and opinions on what happened, even though none of them was there? Well, let's get into Jaylee writing and Justin Kelsey on being silent. And there's a key factor in this situation that makes me really question things. Jaylee wrote, like, how the fuck you so silent, you goofy long-faced bitch? How can you come in my room that day in LA house and say verbatim Tory shot Megan? You forgot you came around 4 p.m. after you got dropped off telling me the details about how he fucking pulls out a gun during a petty argument and he got mad and shot her. How the fuck you let that midget bitch shoot my friend ho? How now you being so quiet? You a coward ass mouse bitch. Really lied to me out of all people about being injured because Tory was beating your ass. What happened to that? Why you ain't say shit? Now that right there is where I'm going to stop, because Jaylee is insinuating that Kelsey reported and told her that Tory was beating her ass and she got injured. But then she's calling Kelsey a goddamn liar and saying why she not speaking about that. Like, where did that come in? That makes me think of, like, what if they was aiding Kelsey in that video that people are not showing, where you see the ambulance people have a towel and you see them wiping her down. But I don't think that. My opinion and my thoughts is maybe was they wiping down gunshot residue because they had a plan. The reason why I said they had a plan is if you remember in the beginning when Rolling Stone reported that 2 days after the situation, that's when Meg Thee Stallion told him what happened over the phone. Meg Thee Stallion did not tell him what happened that day. And it was also crazy because if you guys remember Tory Lanez live video, Tory Lanez said that Roc Nation called him 2 days later and stopped him for giving his speech because he was just going to come out and say, yeah, I got arrested for, having possession for a gun. But Roc Nation told him no, and it won't be a good look for him. And then he notices that Meg Thee Stallion's statement shows that she got shot. And he wasn't expecting that.
2 days after that, I get a call from Roc Nation that says, yo, we heard you're going to make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that statement. So I'm like, oh, okay. I don't understand what the issue of me telling my fans, like, yo, look, it's not that serious of a deal. I went to jail for whatever. It's like, I didn't get for that 2 days why that was an issue. 2 days later, the TMZ report come out. TMZ reports, and they have the surveillance now. Now they see the video of the arrest. You see Megan, you see me, and you see it's all sprawled out on the ground in bathing suits and blah, blah, blah. And everything I'm saying is public record. You can go back and look at this shit. You can go back and see it. Like, you feel me? So they say, oh, okay, you see her out of the car. She's getting out of the car. She's hopping. It looks bad, bro. And I'm not going to lie. Like, I felt bad watching it because it made her look bad. And it didn't make her look good. It didn't make any of us look good. And I didn't want that for her. I don't see that for anybody. So all of a sudden, when we get arrested, or when it looks like we all got arrested, the memes start. Now I want to really bring you guys in for a second so you can understand something. And I really just want you to take this in. Like, she is a person I spent enough time with her to observe and understand something about her, where it's like she's going through a lot. She goes through a lot. She deals with a lot on her day-to-day basis. And because of that, she's not used to, and not even just because of that, but just because of the fact that she's been praised so much. We've always looked at her as like, yo, that's hip-hop sweetheart. Like, she's nice, she's talented, whatever the case is, cool. And because of that, like, we've never seen a moment where the memes have come at her, where the memes are like, yo, nigga, let's laugh at your pain. Ah, ha, 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 ha. She's never had to deal with that because she's always been praised. So everything that's been happening has been a reaction off of what's been going on. So it gets down to this point now where it's like, now the reports are starting to say, okay, well, everyone's pointing to different things. No one really knows what's happened, but nobody has ever said she got shot. Nobody has ever said she got shot. Not TMZ, not the police report at this point. Nothing is saying that she got shot. Soon as she sees herself on video with the bikini and the things like that, and it looks bad, she then comes out and says, yo, the narrative of me getting cut by glass, it's just not true. She doesn't point at nobody or anybody or say anything or anything like that. She just says the narrative that whatever came out of me being cut by glass is not true. I was shot in my feet with the intention to harm me and put harm and danger upon me.
So by listening to that, you can clearly tell that Tory Lanez was going to be the first person to give a statement before TMZ, before Meg Thee Stallion. But he was contacted by Roc Nation 2 days later, which 2 days later, Meg Thee Stallion obviously contacted Detective Stogner and was telling her side of the story. But Tory Lanez didn't know that. Roc Nation contacted him and allegedly told him that, you know what, you putting out a statement won't be so good for you. He didn't understand why, because he was obviously convicted of having a gun, not doing anything with the gun. And as he said, it was no reports of any gunshots or anything. But on the Citizen app, there was reports of gunshots. And on the Citizen app, there was people saying that a woman got shot. But this is where it gets fishy. So the clip before here was a message from Jaylee, Meg Thee Stallion's best friend. She said that Kelsey told her that she was injured because she was lying because Tory Lanez was beating her ass. So she insinuated that Tory Lanez was putting his hands on Kelsey and Kelsey lied about being injured. So that makes me think about the video that was taken down of Kelsey actually being aided. Is it because it was actually bruises from her and Meg Thee Stallion fighting? And I said that from the beginning because now we get reports that Meg Thee Stallion and Kelsey was fighting inside of the car. And if we can remember, where was Meg Thee Stallion when she said she was in the car? She said she was in the front with the security guard, which was the chauffeur driver, while Kelsey was in the back and Tory was in the back. So we recall Meg Thee Stallion, she had stated that she was in the hospital while Tory Lanez was arrested along with others, insinuating that Kelsey and the chauffeur driver got arrested as well. To this day, we have not seen any mugshots from Kelsey, Tory, or the security guard. What was weird that Jaylee said that Kelsey came back to the house around 4 p.m. and telling her a story saying Tory shot Megan. But what was really weird, where was Kelsey? Where was Kelsey from that whole time, from 4 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Was she in the hospital with Meg? Was she in the hospital getting treated? Did she get arrested? Where was she? Another question is, why didn't Meg Thee Stallion bring her other friends along to Kylie Jenner's party? She brings them everywhere when she go out to these fancy celebrity events. Why, if Jaylee saying that she was back at the LA home when Kelsey came, why didn't she bring them to the party from jump? So y'all know when I want an answer, I'm going to hit that person up and I'm going to get that answer. Doesn't matter if they tell me what I want to hear, but I'm still going to get a response, you know. So I decided to hit up Meg Thee Stallion's friend because I saw her over there supporting G Herbo in a situation where him and Ari was in a physical altercation, and she sided with G Herbo because she said Ari's attitude probably provoked him. So I said, what about Megan? She was like, Tory shot Megan. It doesn't compare to her fighting his aggressive baby mama who done slapped him up and beat him up plenty of times on video. I had agreed with her, but then I had proceeded to ask her, like, you know, like, if Meg Thee Stallion feel like Tory Lanez did it or no, he did it, why didn't she, like, tell the media? Like, you got people questioning Tory or Kelsey. She wrote me, yeah, but you gotta understand, Meg not trying to go to the police with it. She wasn't gonna speak on it at all until Tory Lanez's team tried to make it seem like she ain't get shot, so she was forced to tell it publicly, cause the blogs was trying to make it seem like she was faking it, and she never was. The state of California picked up the case, but if she don't testify, which more than likely she won't, cause she ain't gonna snitch to the feds. Now, that sounds kind of weird because Meg Thee Stallion obviously called and was contacted by the detective 2 days later, was already given her story. Okay, I feel like Meg Thee Stallion did not press charges until, so she won't be considered and won't be looked at as a snitch from the beginning. You feel me? Because if the state of California take it in their hands, it's like, okay, they the one who observed and they the one who's taking it to court. Meg is not a snitch, okay? But then I'm gonna get into this. So around this time, I decided to hit up a family friend, my son. And I saw that he was really going really hard on Tory Lanez and sided with Meg Thee Stallion. As you know that my son has some type of affiliation with Roc Nation, so I thought he was going with the home team. Well, when me and him was speaking, he had made it clear, was trying to tell me, okay, Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion, But then he had said that, the only way that Tory Lanez will not be going to jail is if Meg Thee Stallion does not testify. But then he said, she probably won't need to testify because, the bullets matches, the gun. I want to make this clear. This is the second time when it first freshly happened that somebody said to me, she's not going to testify. She's not going to testify. Or he won't go to jail only if she don't testify. But recently, somebody also, and this somebody has some dealing, not with the case, like actually physical, like being a part of it, but inside the courts, made it clear that it doesn't look like Meg Thee Stallion is testifying. So if Meg Thee Stallion does not testify, and we got some updates that they can't find the bullet, Tory Lanez walk away a free man. So after that, my son hit up my mama, let her know, I'm not feeling that she put out our conversation. Well, he wasn't even mad that I put out the conversation. He was mad that I gave it to a particular person. He was just saying, the energy wasn't good. And if I was doing what I was going to do and take it seriously, I need to branch out, be my own self, and keep my own information and present it as how I want to present it, because it did teach me a lesson. When you get information from people, then people start picking out bits and pieces. It affects you from getting the actual full story. And that also happened with Chelsea, because I gave part of our conversation and Chelsea's story because a hottie sent it to her, and she was like, yo, like, we was vibing and you sent it to old girl knowing that she don't like Megan. So I did learn my lesson. Do not give out your information, or don't even post your screenshots until you have the full story. Y'all know I ain't giving out shit. That's why I started my own brand, Got the Scoop, so I can get the credit, and just for like the things that I think, my thoughts, my theories, the facts that I provide. So yeah, definitely learned my lesson. Around the time I also spoke to Kelsey, when I used to send positive vibes, I used to drop comments. She used to pin my comments, and people used to take it as if like she's sending a message out there. Me and Kelsey also spoke in DM when the hotties got mad because I'm investigating and I'm stating my opinion before I had my blog and freshly, had a blog. They took my picture and made a whole hate page, act like it was Kelsey, was going at Megan Thee Stallion. They was trying to hack my page. They hacked Kelsey's Cash App. Months later, my Cash App gets hacked. It was just a hot ass mess. But besides that, Kelsey never ever really spoke out, besides when she went on live and, insinuated that Megan went behind her and had her leftovers. Also, her sister said the same thing. Kelsey made a diss song, busting shots, and she basically said the whole situation was Meg's fault, saying that she was the cause because she crashed the boat, basically saying that Megan was drunk on 1942. Kelsey also makes it very clear that Megan Thee Stallion know who hurt her, and saying that she lied to her label. So that right there makes it worse, because Megan Thee Stallion's story's been inconsistent from the beginning. Then you got your friend saying you lying, you got Tory saying you lying, then you have social media, having their opinions, and it looked like a lie. But also, what I also find out is that it's a video from inside the car. And I believe allegedly Megan's people have access to that video, and I think that's one of the videos that a lot of people would want to see, because allegedly that video shows who reached for the gun, how the shit happened, who was aggressive first. And I just feel like if Megan Thee Stallion does not testify, she does not have to provide that evidence. They do not have to bring that evidence to the stand. This video is going to be super long, so I'm going to cut it up in 4, because I'm supposed to be reading the actual court documents. I have documents from the courts, and I can read the words that was actually exchanged inside the court. Remember when Tory Lanez said, hey, it's 45 minutes of things being said that can basically, show that I'm innocent, and the blogs only post one side at first, and then we gave a little bit. Well, I got some papers, and I'm about to get into it. I want to see what Meg lawyer was saying. I want to see what the LAPD was saying, and we'll see what Tory lawyers were saying, because it's definitely more that can definitely open our eyes, and maybe as we read, maybe we see something about the security. So thank you guys for rocking with me. My voice feels so crazy. That's why the video was delayed. Next video is going to be on point. My mic is going to be in. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you could get notified when I drop the other 2 videos. We're going to get into the documents. And one thing we also going to get in, that the guy that I brung up, the guy that I said, hey, the Kylie Jenner guy, he's been watching my page. In the next video, I'm going to show you that he's been liking certain posts. He's in my stories. And it's just like, why? It's just like, why? But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.